Afternoon students, so we are back with another video. So in this video we are going to start the second chapter of your microeconomics, and the chapter name is consumer equilibrium. Okay, so in this chapter basically we are going to understand about the how consumer is going to how consumer gets its satisfaction. So how consumer maximizes his or her satisfaction from the consumption of the goods and services. So this is the main aim of this chapter. Then who is consumer? So in the consumption pattern, the consumer is the main decision maker. So consumer is the one who buys goods and services for the satisfaction of the want. Okay, so he decides, he takes decisions with regard to the kind of the goods to be purchased in order to satisfy his or her want. The main objective of a consumer is to get the maximum satisfaction. So a rational consumer always tries to maximize its satisfaction by consuming any goods and services. So, in order to understand the consumer behavior and understand the consumer equilibrium, so there are two approaches. First approach is the cardinal utility approach, also called Marshall's utility analysis or Marshall's marginal utility analysis. Another approach is the ordinal utility approach, also called indifference curve analysis or Hicksian analysis. So these are the two approaches that we will learn to know about the consumer behavior and consumer's equilibrium. Okay, so first we'll see what is cardinal utility approach. So according to the cardinal utility approach, this they have the cardinal approach, they have introduced the concept of utility. Okay, so first then we'll see what is utility. So utility is the want satisfying power of a commodity. So it is the satisfaction, actual or expected, derived from the consumption of a commodity. So cardinal approach has introduced this concept of utility. And they are saying that the utility, so this utility, the concept of utility, if you see that although the concept of tastes and preferences are familiar for all of us, it is much more difficult to express the concept in a concrete term, isn't it? For example, if you are consuming ice cream or a chocolate, so can you tell us how much satisfied you are from each of these items? Probably you can't tell how much. It is difficult to express how much, isn't it? So due to this reason only, the economists developed the concept of utility. So this utility basically measures the want satisfying power of a commodity. Okay, so you can also say utility is the ability of a good to satisfy a want. So utilities, then how to measure this utility, isn't it? So after understanding the meaning of utility, the next best question is next big question that lies is the how to measure the utility. So according to the classical economist, utility can be measured in the same way as we measure height and weight. But for this, the economists assume that a utility can be measured in the cardinal. Cardinal means the numerical terms. So by using the cardinal measures of utility, it is possible to numerically estimate the utility. So the economists derive an imaginary measure, or you can call it the imaginary unit to measure the utility, and that is util. So utils are just an imaginary and psychological units which are used to measure the satisfaction or utility obtained from the consumption of a certain quantity of a commodity. Okay, so that are called utils. So utility is measured in utils. So how to measure the satisfaction in utils? Suppose you have eaten ice cream and chocolate. So you assign 20 utils derived from the ice cream. So now the question is whether you like chocolate or not. So you will assign the utility according to that. So if you have assigned 20 utils to the ice cream, so if you favor chocolate more than ice cream, then you will assign more util to chocolate. Or if you favor less chocolate than over ice cream, so you will assign less util to the chocolate. Suppose you have assigned 20 utils to ice cream and 10 utils to chocolate. Okay, so in this way utility can be measured in utils. And another way this utility can be measured is utility can be measured in the monetary terms. For example, this utility is converted. Suppose in the above example, 1 util equals to 1 rupee. Then 20 utils of ice cream will equals to 20 rupees. Similarly, 10 utils of chocolate will it will be 10 rupees, isn't it? So in this way, one more way, the utility can be converted to the money value or money or price. Utility can also be measured in terms of money or price when with which the consumer is willing to pay. Okay, so this is about the concept utility. After that, but it must be noted that it is impossible to measure the satisfaction of a person, as it is inherent to the individual and may differ greatly from person to person, isn't it? Satisfaction we can't measure, and it also depends from person to person. What satisfaction one person gets is totally different from the what satisfaction another person gets. So the concept of utility is very useful in explaining and understanding the still this concept is used to explain the consumer behavior. So if you have to know more about this utility, so there are three basic points that you should know, that you should not get confused with the dictionary meaning of utility. So in the dictionary meaning of utility means usefulness. However, to an economist, utility does not mean greater usefulness, but it means that the want satisfying power of a commodity. Another is there is a difference between satisfaction versus satisfaction and pleasure. Okay, so both are not we should not confuse satisfaction with the pleasure. For example, treatment of a patient for his broken arm is a source of great satisfaction for the patient. However, it does not provide him any pleasure, as it merely a relief from pain. So there is a difference. Another is utility is subjective. So utility varies from person to person. For example, a thirsty person derives more utility from water in comparison to a person who is not thirsty. So it is subjective in nature. So these are the various things you can explore about the utility. So to understand the meaning of utility, it is necessary to discuss two of its very important concepts. First is the total utility and marginal utility. Another is the law of diminishing marginal utility. So first we will focus on total utility and marginal utility. So first we will see what is total utility. So total utility refers to the total satisfaction obtained from the consumption of all possible units of a commodity. So it is a total satisfaction. So it measures the total satisfaction that is being obtained from the consumption of all the units of that good. For example, you are consuming ice cream. So the first ice cream gives you satisfaction of 20 utils. Second ice cream gives 16 utils. Then the total utility that we get from the two ice cream, first unit, second unit, is 20 plus 16 equals to 36 units. If the third ice cream generates satisfaction of 10 utils, then the total utility of the third ice cream will be 20 plus 16 plus 10. So it is the overall satisfaction that we get by consumption of all possible units of a particular commodity. So TU can be calculated as TUN equals to utility of 1, utility of 2 plus utility of 3 plus up to utility of n. It can goes up to nth commodity. Okay. So TUN is the total utility from nth of a given commodity. U1, U2 are the respective utility, and n is the number of units consumed. Okay. So the utility derived from the first unit. So this is the total utility. Total utility is the overall utility. But the utility that we derive from the first unit of a commodity, it is called initial utility. For example, the 20 utils of a first unit of ice cream is called initial utility. So, and this total utility is 0 at the 0 level of consumption. When there is no 0 level of consumption, no consumption, then the total utility will be 0. So this is the total utility. Next is the marginal utility. So marginal utility is the additional utility derived from the consumption of one more unit of a given commodity. Additional. So it is the utility basis basically derived from the last unit of a commodity purchase. For example, as per the above example, when the third ice cream is consumed, your total utility increased from previously it was 20 plus 10. 26 previously it was 36, isn't it? The total utility from 2 ice cream was 36, but when you consume the third ice cream, the total utility increased from 36 to 46. So the additional 10 utils from the third ice cream is the MU. Previously you were consuming 2 unit, then your unit increased to 1 additional unit you have consumed. For that there is a what change in 10 utils change in the total utility. That is called marginal utility. So marginal utility is the addition made to the total utility by consuming one more unit of a commodity. So this mu can be calculated at mun equals to tun minus tun minus 1. So mun means the marginal utility of the nth unit, tun total utility from n units, tun minus 1 means total utility from n minus 1 units and number of units consumption. So in the above example, mu of third ice cream will be mu3 equals to tu3 minus tu2. So tu3 is 46, tu2 is 36, so it will be 10 utils. So this is how you can measure marginal utility when there is the only addition of only one unit. But suppose if the addition is more than 2, suppose from 2 units you consume 5 units of ice cream. So in that case, mu is calculated as change in tu by change in the number of units. So mu equals to del tu by del q. Tu is the total utility and del q is the change in the total number of units. So this total utility is a summation of marginal utility. So tu, so how you can, one way also you can, another way also you can calculate tu, and that is tun equals to mu1 plus mu2 plus mu3 up to mun, or simply summation of mu will give you tu. So in this is the another way from where you can calculate, you can measure the total utility. Next important thing is the relationship between tu and mu. Okay, so this concept of tu and mu can be best understood with the help of a schedule and diagram. Schedule means anything represented in a tabular form, that is called schedule. Okay, so here the number of ice cream consumed is there, marginal utility is there, total utility is there. Okay, so in this figure if you see, the units of ice cream are measured along the x-axis and the mu are measured on the y-axis. Okay, so mu is positive. If you see the below diagram, that is our mu curve and upper one is a tu curve. So mu is positive and tu is increasing till the fourth unit. If you see till fourth unit, mu is positive and tu is increasing. These and after fifth ice cream, mu is 0 and tu is maximum. And this point where the tu is maximum, it is called point of satiety. Satiety means the point of satiety means the stage of maximum satisfaction, where mu is 0, tu is max. After consuming the sixth ice cream, what happens? The marginal utility is negative. It is known as disutility, and the total utility start to diminish. Okay, so this is the relationship. So if you can go the, and here is this word disutility. When mu is negative, that is disutility, because when you are thirsty, okay children, you started drinking the glass of water, so you were feeling so thirsty that you take first glass of water, then you took second glass, third glass, fourth glass, but after fifth glass what happened? Like you are all satisfied, and if you take the fifth glass of water, that your utility will be converted to the disutility. Okay, so when mu is negative, going to the negative axis, then that is called disutility. It is the opposite of utility. So utility is the want satisfying power, whereas disutility refers to the loss of satisfaction due to the consumption of too much of anything. So if you are consuming that water too much, 4 glass, after 4th glass you will have the disutility. Okay, so that disutility is the opposite of utility. So you can go through the relationship. If you see the relationship, so tu increases with an increase in consumption of a commodity. Whenever we start to, as you have seen that, whenever we start to consume more of a commodity, your tu increases, and when tu increases, your mu is positive. But when tu reaches its maximum point, the point of satiety, your mu becomes 0. And this is point of satiety. And when after that after point of satiety, if your tu start to fall, as mu becomes negative. Okay, so this is a 3 relationship between tu and mu. As long as mu is positive, tu is increasing. When mu is 0, tu is at the max, and that maximum point is called point of satiety. And when mu becomes negative, your tu starts to fall. Okay, so this is the relationship between total utility and marginal utility. Okay children, so in our next video we are going to discuss about the law of diminishing marginal utility.